It's rooted in documented cases, whispered testimonies, and the terrifying intersection of medicine, secrecy, and something not quite human. Titled The Silent Nursery, the pregnancy that wasn't supposed to happen. In 1994, a woman named Clara Hensley checked into a small rural hospital in Maine after experiencing a rapid pregnancy, 7 weeks in, and her body had the symptoms of full term. Doctors were baffled. Her blood type had changed. Her hormone levels spiked in rhythms they'd never seen before, pulses of energy that interfered with nearby electrical equipment. During her stay, the hospital's security system malfunctioned. The footage from her room was wiped clean every night at 3:12 a.m. The nurses began reporting strange sounds, like a baby crying through the walls, but the maternity ward was empty. Then, one night, Clara's heart rate flatlined. Staff rushed in to find her awake, eyes wide open, whispering, "It's not inside me anymore." Her abdomen was flat. There was blood on the floor, but no child, no umbilical cord, nothing human. 3 days later, Clara disappeared from the hospital. Her file was sealed by order of a federal medical investigation. The hospital was quietly bought by a private biotech firm within the year. Why it haunts, because in 2017, a woman in New Hampshire, just 50 miles away, reported the same symptoms, same hormone spikes, same interference with hospital devices. Her last recorded words before the monitors failed were, open quote, "It's coming back for me," close quote. And here's the part that turns stomachs. The 1994 file, now declassified, listed Clara Hensley's blood type as unknown, non-terrestrial hemoglobin variants. Oh. Switched at dawn. The children who remembered in 2003 a small-town hospital in Virginia faced a quiet scandal. 2 newborn girls were accidentally swapped at birth. Both families sued, but the case never reached court, because the story didn't end there. One child, Lila, began speaking before her first birthday, full words, sentences even. She would point at the window at night and say, "That's where my real mommy cries." Her adoptive parents thought it was imagination, until they heard the same phrase from the other child's parents. 20 miles away. DNA tests confirmed the swap, but something in both girls' behavior terrified everyone involved. They remembered. They described the others' bedrooms, the lullabies their biological mothers sang, and the dreams they'd shared before they were born. A child psychologist began studying them, recording hundreds of hours of interviews. Then the recordings started to glitch. The children's voices would distort, overlapping, like 2 versions of the same voice whispering from different places. When the psychologist reviewed the final tape, she found both girls sitting perfectly still, staring into the camera. At the same time, both said, "You put the wrong soul in." Days later, the psychologist vanished. Her notes were seized by state investigators. Her office clock was found running backward. Why it haunts? Because the hospital's own records from that night were altered, birth times changed by exactly 1 hour, and both mothers still report seeing their daughters' reflections smiling back. The cry of glass. The embryo that spoke in 2015, a biomedical research facility in Switzerland announced a private success. The creation of a synthetic human embryo grown from reprogrammed stem cells without fertilization. The public never saw photos, only vague data and congratulatory headlines. But according to leaked internal reports, something unexpected occurred 72 hours after formation. The embryo began to emit vibrations, measurable rhythmic sound waves, identical to human speech frequency but structured in reversed phonemes. Essentially, it was speaking backwards. The scientists thought it was interference until one researcher recorded the audio and inverted the file. The translated waveform whispered, "I remember the other side." The project was terminated that night. Within 2 months, 5 of the lab's lead researchers had resigned, and one, Dr. L. Demier, died of unexplained internal hemorrhaging. When his personal computer was recovered, investigators found folders of acoustic data labeled only "glass cries." The sounds resembled infants weeping through glass jars. The Swiss government classified the research under the Federal Biomedical Secrecy Act. But 2 years later, the same sound was recorded by a night guard at an abandoned fertility clinic in Prague, coming from an unplugged incubator. Why it haunts because the acoustic pattern, still circulating among dark web archives, perfectly matches the frequency of a heartbeat in the womb, and every seventh pulse carries a human vowel, faintly forming words. The newest translation, decrypted by an AI linguist, reads, "Stop calling me back."